And we back, as always. You know how it goes. Welcome to the LJC. You know, the boys always chatting about that great stuff. You know how we do. Tune in for this episode. We're going to be touching on a lot of great stuff. So get involved. Let us know what you think. Like, comment, subscribe, and get a drink. Sit down and enjoy. You know how we do. And we back.
We back.
And we back.
Back with the bang.
What we saying, man, them?
Jeez.
April now.
April now, man.
What's going on?
Time's flown, boy.
Time has flown by.
Now we get back to the good seasons.
Come on.
Come on, summer closely approaching.
Yeah, spring,
close.
summer.
You always know it's a good time when the clock goes 1 hour forward because you're just like, yep,
yes.
here we go. Sunny at 7.
Do you know what that spells? Activation.
Yes, that's
All
it.
of it.
Coming out of hibernation.
Carnage.
Yeah, no, chaos,
Carnage, man.
chaos for real. How's everyone's bank holidays and that though? What were you saying?
It was a
Good,
movie,
my
bro.
guy.
Huh?
It was a movie.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's what
Absolute
we want.
movie, man. You know how it goes.
Mhm.
The alcohol was flowing, bro.
Bit too much for me
River
still.
Robinson in my house.
Bit too much for me still. Man had a heavy one.
Oh,
I can't
yeah.
lie. Yeah.
Big
Don't baby up. No, I had a heavy one. But yeah. And look at me. I'm still on the Captain Morgans. I can't be stopped, bro. I'm turning into Phil Mitchell, bro. I'm just
Oh yeah, you might fancy shaking one.
Shirley. I can't be stopped, bro.
Jay, yeah.
That's it. Can't stop, won't stop, bro.
What about you, Sean?
Yeah, man, it was
Yeah?
good. Yeah, it was nice to have like a 4-day weekend. It just always makes like Tuesday feel weird there because like it was like I'd be sitting there on Sunday feeling like it's a Saturday and then Monday feeling like a Sunday. So
Throws you
just-
off there.
I feel like a little half
Do you
term.
know what? I
Trust
would
me.
be involved with that, but every day for like last 7 months has been a Sunday for me.
Oh no, yeah.
Furlough wanker. Back to work soon, no
on
way.
Saturday, I was thinking, it's a Sunday today. It just flies, isn't it? Good vibes. Though.
Big time.
Big weekend, man. Nice to have a bank holiday and just have a little.
Yeah.
Let's have a little vibe,
and,
innit?
and it'll be soon all be sort of back to normalish, so that's good. Hopefully we can put this blasted fucking year away.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry for
Yeah.
Blasted. Man, sound like an uncle. It's blasted.
This damned year, I've lost so
Why
much
is everyone
time.
moving like uncles? Look, now everyone moving old and crazy, bro.
You get one grey in the
Get on
beard and
now.
that's it, bro. It's worse when people point out your greys and you're like, oh, shit, I am getting old.
Just for men.
It's just for men, nah, bro. Them things there, you just be cheating. It looks dodgy, bro. You know what I mean? It just looks fake.
Nah, you man are killing me. Can I just say though, meaty trim this time round. You get me? I had the fresh one last time.
How are you getting trims?
Look at it,
It's
Can you-
cool. It's
can you share this?
cool. It's cool. It's cool. Sometimes you just have
So
to
it didn't just
elevate,
show off, yeah,
keep
it's
it
fine.
going. You know.
Do you know what I mean?
And when I had my trim, or when I was having my trim, I thought about something mad, you know, because I was sitting there and I was thinking, rah,
Share it.
like a little discussion that I just wanted to have with the boys, just about, you know, getting it out on the table and understanding. Just like when you're in a relationship, I could use myself as an example. When you're in a relationship and just sort of the dynamic and how it is, but also if the dynamic's mad and it becomes very much the girlfriend versus the mandem.
Oh, like that.
Oh, that's
When
a
it
big
gets
one.
techie,
That's
when your
very
girl's
sticky.
either not keen on the mandem or your mandem ain't really keen on your girl.
Or
and
a
it
bit
gets
of
you know what
We're
I'm saying?
both. It's best of
Do you know what I'm
both.
saying?
It's in there, I don't know.
Cause there's stories for that one, but it was just
Let's go ready to rumble.
it's just but it was just one of those things I was thinking about. Just what happens when that dynamic is crazy like that. When on one side there's could be love, and then the other side it could be hate, or if there's just full stop hate, bruv, on both sides. You get me? And just you on the other side.
Yeah.
What do you do when you're in the middle of that? You get me?
So today we're going to be discussing a big one.
Yeah.
Mandem versus the missus.
Right.
Oh,
Mandem
shit.
versus
Aye.
That is, that. I'll tell you what, that is a
Something you don't want
predicament.
to be in.
You don't want to
You don't want to be in that.
because that is a tough
Oh,
one.
it's crazy.
Very tough.
It's
I
crazy.
feel like it's one of those ones where there's just so many layers to it. Like we'll try our best to fit it in one podcast, but it's
No, do what we can.
But
innit?
it's gonna be a
Juicy
lot.
one.
It's going to be a lot.
it's a juicy one. I mean, like I think for me personally, looking at the situation, it's always about like with anything. It's always about vibes. You know, it's always about the initial vibes, the continual vibes, even the post vibes. You know,
100%.
and so yeah, obviously the first thing you'd have to think about is how is one party perceived by the other party. Do you know what I mean? Like, so how do your boys see your girl? How does your girl see your boys? Or if we're flipping it for the girl them too, you know, how is the friendship group seeing your partner and vice versa? How's your group seeing your partner?
Well, the other question is, do they even know about your partner?
That's bro,
You know,
bro.
do you talk about your partner?
Bro, that's where it gets
When are you going to
techie.
introduce
the thing.
your missus or your man to your friendship group?
That's where it gets techie.
That's where
That's where it can get very techie, and that's why the dynamic can just become a mazza, because there's always a beginning. Do you know what I'm saying? There's always where it has to start. And also as well, how you meet your girl, how you get to know her. You get me? Because then when you're introducing her to the mandem, or if you're trying to get her into the mandem, if the terms in which you met were a bit ropey and were a bit off key,
Now, where did you meet her?
you get me? You
How
kind
did
of
you
set
meet
the
her?
blueprint already.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's a continuation of things and where it starts. You know what I mean? So for me, I think personally, it's a battle that you'll always be in, and that's why I think you have to make sure you come correct, because if you don't come correct, that can also put your relationship on the back foot as well.
First impressions crucial.
100%.
First impressions are they last forever.
Exactly.
100%. And for me, if the first impression ain't solid and you ain't where you should be and doing what you should be doing, then it's curtains. It's gonna be a battle
They
forever.
say never judge a book by its cover. But if you see a dead book, are you going to pick it up?
No way!
Never.
No way! You'll turn it round. You'll put it back in the rack and turn it round.
Man, like Socrates in the building. Jeez. Are you gonna pick up a dead book? bro?
No, you're not. You don't want to look at the book.
Spinning that on its head as well. Then if we're talking about first impressions.
Yeah.
We're talking about dead books, but what about if the book is too in your face? Like, let's say, for example, obviously, when we talk about dead book, we're saying, you know, they're being shy, timid. They're not really like not being quiet, but just they're not opening up as much as they should be on the first impression, right? But then
Wait,
on the
who's this in relation to?
just in general,
In relation
A
to the group.
missus or
In relation to that, when the girl meets the group.
yeah.
Okay.
You know, or the other side of the spectrum that would be like she's meeting the boys for the first time and she's like, you know, being a bitch straight away. Like, oh, why is he
happens,
so
you know?
loud?
Bro, it
Or
happens.
why is he so this and that? And yeah, no, of course. it
opinionated
happens.
ones.
Everything.
Yeah, it can get mad. Can get mad.
Bit
You
too
know?
comfortable early doors.
It can get mad. It can get mad. For me, yeah, I think it essentially boils down to, like I said, setting that pace. And I think if you are in a long-term relationship, I think you make the mistake of, when it happens, of introducing your girl to the mandem too early.
Yeah.
So you need to make sure your thing's secure, because it's like, I've seen it. Like, one of my boys, yeah,
Story time.
Here we go.
fam,
Let's go.
like, and I love him. It's my guy. He knows
Once
who he
upon a
is.
time,
He knows who he
land
is.
far, far away.
He knows who he is, innit? But he was blinded by love very, very early doors. And it was like, there was a lot of things that he would tell us. Because sometimes as well, if you tell your mandem, like confide in your mandem about your girl and tell them bad things about your girl
Before they met her.
before they've met her,
Yeah.
that's setting the precedent.
Oh, yeah.
And vice versa, if the girls that are telling their girls about their other halves and whatever, if you're doing that, you're on the back foot. So my boy, yeah, obviously we kick ball and that. And you know what it's like in the changing rooms, you know, lads
All that camaraderie,
talking,
all
the
that
camaraderie
locker room
and that,
talk.
all of that. So he's like, you know what, like on the slide to like, Jay, like obviously love this girl, you know what I mean? I think she's the one for me, this, that, the other. So I'm like, all right, cool, like let's meet her sort of thing, like let's run it, let's set up, innit? So he's like, the thing is though, like she's a bit shy, innit? So I'm like, all right, no worries, like she's shy, cool, whatever. So then he sets up a meet now. So I'm like, all right, cool. And me, you man know what I'm like, innit? I'm very lively, very outgoing.
in your face.
So, yeah, like,
Chatty patty, you are, innit?
but not in a way which is overpowering or overbearing.
Nah.
And I've met her now. And I'm like, yo, like, what's going on? Like, Jay, whatever. And she's like, what'd she say to me? She was like, oh, I didn't expect you to look like this.
Huh?
Whoa!
Excuse me?
So I was like, So I was like, rah. I was like, rah, wait.
Out of nowhere.
I was like, you know, like just a quick jump.
You've been thinking.
Yeah.
What I look
Me?
like.
So I was like, and she was
Without
like,
even
even
the impression,
knowing
it could
who
be,
you are.
it could be anything. It could be
so
anyone.
I was like, okay, mad. So I was like, no worries. Like, I laughed it off. I was like, but now we got to redress and go back to that. What did you mean by that? And she was like, nah, like, I thought you was gonna like. She was talking about the way that I dressed as well. So what she was talking about is when she heard my voice, when she heard me, she thought I was gonna be more road. She thought I was gonna be more in your face, like what are you saying, right. Because obviously, man's always had the bass from a young age. You get me? So the bass has been there. But like that kind of spun me. So in my head, I'm thinking, right, if she's gonna draw people out straight away, and she don't even know them, and say things to catch people off guard, then. Come on, man! Like, do better than that, innit? Like, you don't say things like that to people you meet for the first time. You get me?
She's already made an opinion of you before
she even met, man. You get me? So with
knowing
that,
that you're a cool guy, to me as well, that'd be a bit insulting.
oh, bro,
That'd be a bit like, why?
oh, bro, I was looking.
What was
You're
she expecting in
basically
the first
saying,
place, you know what I mean?
in a
Like-
way, you're saying already that I'm basically prepared to come and not like your friends or think that they're a certain type.
Yeah.
So in a way, you're already prepared not to get on with them or be like, yeah, he's what I expect.
Like, the
Like a
excuse was ready
stereotype.
from before, innit?
Yeah, that's mad.
And do you know what? The delivery wasn't even in like a jovial way. It was like, oh, right, I didn't expect you to look.
Yeah, no.
Was this,
So I'm
this
thinking-
early as well? Like,
Yes!
not even like you had a long conversation. It went on for a while. Like,
It was just like
just
straight off the
chatting.
bat.
What, off the bat?
Bruv, off the bat.
Off the
like man bowled the ball, smacked it.
six.
Smacked it 6, bro. So I was like, wow, okay. But then it just goes to show, like, with girls like that, I don't know if that was like nerves or she was shook. But even like when man was getting to like nowhere, like, yeah, with her no more, innit?
Oh yeah, that's my next question. She's
But
still.
yeah, with her no more, innit? She's out of the picture, she's gone. But like, I just
I
thought,
wonder why.
I thought you pagan, bro. In my head, I'm like, what are you talking about? You know,
Oh, yeah.
you know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's just mad. So my point being is like, I think when you meet your friends, like when you'll get out, whether it's your girl or whether as the partner you're on the other side of the fence, when you meet your partner's friends or whatever, you've got to come correct.
Yeah.
From
That's
the
true.
jump.
Yeah, I think.
So obviously we're saying there like it's first impressions count, right?
Yeah.
But
100%.
me as well. Obviously, we spoke about the spectrum between being too shy and being too too forward. I think with the shyness stuff, you can kind of overcome that first impression
Facts.
because a lot of times people they'll remember the first impressions. There's no doubt about that. The conversation will always go, "Oh, when I first met you, you were shy, timid, blah blah blah." But over time, people can kind of grow to like someone.
No, I can.
But I can tell the squirm in Bilal's face.
He's ready to release one.
It's like,
You see what it is, yeah? Shyness. I always find dealing with shy people quite a bit difficult / awkward.
Oh, awkward bit.
Can be hard work.
And
Yeah.
there are some people who are shy. Like I don't take this badly because like obviously like I'm confident in myself and I do what I do. Like I say what I want, etc. But when it comes to someone who's shy, yeah, the goalposts have changed, didn't it?
Big time.
Yeah.
And you're sitting there like, should I say this? Should I say that? If I do say that, will someone react like that? Yeah. And there are some people, yeah, they're so shy, so timid, yeah. I'm just like, less of that, bro.
They might as well not even be
like,
there.
I don't even chat you to you like that, bro.
Yeah.
Like, hi, bye, how's everything? You good? Leave it, bro. And that's not a good thing. No, that's not necessarily a good thing on either my part or their part or like whatever. But I think it's one of those things where if you want to actually integrate, yeah, you will essentially like reach out and put out a hand, yeah, to basically get that same energy reciprocated to you. If you're very timid and shy, yeah, you are inherently putting out the energy where I want to be by myself with my man or with my missus, and this is the boundary which I'm keeping.
That you don't
But like
want more than that.
but this is why I find it difficult to interact with shy people sometimes, because I feel like if I do try and intrude the personal space kind of thing, they might then take that as insult and be like, oh, you know, your friend, he approached me like this, and I'm like, you know, that's the headache I still need, you know.
Oh, no.
Like, and that has originally from the get go, from the initial hi, how's it going kind of thing, it soured the relationship. And that, in my opinion, like I'm very strong on first impressions, and that would take a very long time, you know. That would take a very, very, very long time for me to be like, you know what? Maybe I was wrong. Or like maybe like someone warmed up here, but shyness is a very, very techie one, you know.
I think it's a tough one to like. You can warm up to it, and for me anyway, I never want to leave somebody out.
Yeah.
So especially if like one of the Mandem they brung out their missus, I would make an extra effort to try and talk to them.
Definitely.
If they look like they're left alone or whatever, and they're maybe in my head I'm thinking, oh maybe they're just shy, whatever. I've got out my way to, because I'm a very friendly person and I think I'm quite easy to get along with.
All right,
and
like,
like
trumpet, mate.
Let's get bigger. But like I'll always try, and I think the thing for me is I'm totally understandable if they're shy and they're, you know what I mean, they're a bit difficult to talk to, whatever. But if you don't get the same energy back once you've put that effort out there, I think that for me is the level where I go like, okay, well I'm not bothering trying anymore. And then that's when my impression kind of changes. But I feel like I've still got to feel them out first, because I think there's a lot of people that aren't really good in group situations, or it can be like very overwhelming.
That's facts.
So,
especially like when like your friends' girls or like your friends like boyfriends, etc. Yeah, they've known each other for like quite a while, and then like you rock up to a multi, for example. There's like say there's a group of 10, 4 of them, 4 people have their partners. There's like 5 other single people, and especially like in our
everyone's
groups, our groups,
integrated, you're laughing,
so loud, so
crazy.
integrated, so this, so that, which you love to see it. But for someone new, I often forget that. Boy, would a normal person would have joined the shit stuff? You know what I mean? Like, it's a bit about, ooh.
It's like trying to jump into a conversation where someone's talking about what happened yesterday and there was a big motive, and like they've just come in and like it's their first time meeting like I don't know 10, 15, people.
No, but there are some though. Kudos to them. Yeah, they take to like a swan to water, man.
Bruv,
they don't care if it's a group of 5, 10, 15, 20, whether they've seen you before, heard your name. They will just integrate and it'll just be seamlessly. You'll rate it.
No, 100%.
It's tough though. But I mean, like as long as you know. Everyone tries an effort. And I think that's an important part, you know, because with all these like sort of events where you socialize with both your friends and your partner, it's very important to have cohesion between the two groups, because otherwise you'll have situations where, and this is leaning into another topic, where you know suddenly one group is starting to keep the other person away from one another. So i.e. it's usually 9 times out of 10 it's the partner causing the person to see their friends less. Now it could be for a variety of reasons.
Behind the scenes politics.
Behind the scenes things. A lot of things like you don't spend enough time with me, or I think your friends are a bad influence on you, or
you started doing this since you started.
Yeah.
I'm started spending more time with that friend.
You know? and spinning that on its head, where your friends are starting to be like, oh, ever since you've gotten your, you know, girl, or ever since you've hooked up with him, you've been distant, or you've been like angry, or whatever. It could be a variety of reasons, and it's that change that can happen to a person because of their relationship. And so like those kind of things, those are really important to think about, isn't
That's mad. You know what I think that is as well? And it's like spinning the topic, or just like the idea on his head. Sometimes it might not even be the Mandem versus the girlfriend, or girl versus the Mandem, or whatever, or man versus the girl them. Sometimes it could just be the Mandem or the man himself actually versus his brethren. Because what I mean by that is like the girlfriend or the boyfriend could actually be like consuming them and infiltrating them so much that they just become so like overtaken by them. And sometimes that's what I mean, like when it comes down to how you've met your girl, the terms you've met her on, and like if there's stuff going on behind the scenes, like let's say she ain't really got much friends, or let's say she ain't really got that much of a circle, and she's literally not necessarily leeching, but she's on you, like every time you're out you feel like you got to bring her out.
Exactly. Just so she doesn't like. And because of that, like insecurity when it comes to her own friends, she'll then be thinking, oh, what's he getting up to? Because he's got so many friends, who know so many other people, which could then lead to like a whole essential.
Why are you not letting me come out with you, man? I come out with you all the time.
But also, even from a girl's perspective as well, like if for you always wants to be out with his girl and her girlfriends, It's a bit mad thing. That's a bit of a mad thing as well, you know. Like, for example,
You
me
remember
now.
your roots.
Yeah, remember your roots, bro. Let's
He's loving
bruv,
that attention.
I'll put it out there, yeah. I'll put it out there, like, obviously, me and my girl.
Oh man, that's your day.
I didn't expect you to look
I was
like
waiting for that. I was waiting for that. So obviously, me and my girl, yeah. Obviously, our relationship has got the years, got the mileage and stuff, yeah. And that's why I think with all the friend groups that we've merged, and even our things, like we've been able to merge our friend groups. But that's come down to timing, and that's come down to the fact that we've been able to get along with everyone. There's not really been many instances, if any, where man have been a bit like, yo, I'm not really keen on that. Usually it's me saying you have to give. Sometimes it's like when you go out to the Mandem, or if you're out on holiday, if you're out abroad, you got to have the code of conduct chat.
No, 100%.
You got to have code of conduct, real talk, because then that is where you're able to manage the situations, and you avoid any potential loggerheads where the Mandem feel as though the girl's taking the boy away, or the boy is getting so consumed with the girl as well, or vice versa. The girl's been taken away by the boy. You know what I'm saying? You got to find that balance and not get it merged in too much. You get me?
You gotta find that balance, definitely, man.
Another area where I've seen people change is like people's sort of personalities, or like their willingness to do stuff. Like, say for example, in uni,
That's
it was
true,
a big
man.
thing. In uni, you'd see it.
Uni's mad. Uni's the
Freshers.
scenes.
You'd
Yeah.
see the party animals and freshers. Then after, like, it was always after November, December, or as I call it, like the winter bay season. When everyone's trying to get their winter jackets, you see the party animals just they
It's too cold
hibernate.
outside for this one.
You know?
Trust.
And sometimes you'd see those relationships kind of go on to like maybe second or third year, and it was so interesting.
Nah.
But it was-
Second, third year.
sometimes,
Them winter
rarely.
relationships, in first year, especially them, they were finished by the latest before second year started. Nah, let's not rap.
Well,
Let's not rap.
well, in my uni's case, it was usually the freshers of the second year, and it was interesting to see like the person change from like being party animal to like Netflix every night, because it'd be halls, right? You'd
Yeah.
just be chilling in each other's halls, or
Everyone's like 5 minutes away.
campus and all that stuff, to then go in second year when you're living apart in houses. And then when they break up, you just see that party animal just come back again. You know? They want to catch up.
And now they're experienced.
Yeah.
And now they've analysed the game.
Do you know what that
hungry.
ties also into, is sometimes when the man is with his girl, he's coming out and about with his girl, but all of a sudden they've been together a while, you're not really seeing him no more. You're not really seeing him no more. And then you go back to that thing, is he might go missing for months on months on months, and then when the party time comes back now and you got rid of your girl,
Yeah.
you
What
want to be
then?
with a man there
Yeah,
again.
what were you saying? You just want to slide back in?
What, you just
want to slide back
around
in
again.
that?
Come back in like
It's
it was just
like-
nothing happened.
I've never forgotten, man.
Seamless reintegration.
You know, like that. Man, try to do the one-touch football and continue it.
No, but boys, what we
Nah,
saying?
nah.
What we saying?
Talk to me.
Are we easy with it, or are
What
we
if
gonna-
they
So,
left
like-
the group? Well, not left, but
Nah,
they basically shunned us because
shunned you.
their partner.
because they got very engrossed in the relationship?
And this
Yeah.
could
Did
come
they shout you,
across,
me, anyone of the boys, anyone in the group, whatever?
and this could come from, like we were saying before, you know, certain people that their misses don't get along with their friends,
Yeah.
and then it's like they take themselves away from the friendship group because
Man, that's
whether
a lot
their
into that.
friends might be telling them, I don't know, if your girl's a bit shy, bro. There could be a million reasons that we was all talking about before. That then all of a sudden he takes himself away because he wants to be with his girl, and he puts his heart and soul into that.
But the question is, if shit hits the fan, and he comes running back saying, "Oh, like boys, it's been a long time. How's it going, fellas?"
No, you got to stick
we
on
saying?
him.
First-
No, you got to
what
stick
we
on
saying?
him. No, you got to stick on him.
Benefit of the doubt, I think.
No, you got to stick on him.
First time, but you
No,
got
the
to
thing
hold
is-
a little something.
It's
No, it's
implied that
definitely.
it is.
You got to stick on
It's
him.
an implied fact that there will be a lot of banter
Yeah,
going,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
going
Of
that person's
course.
way.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, now you're shouting us.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
now you
Not-
want to
not
come.
malicious.
Now you want to come.
Not
not
malicious,
malicious,
but
but
you
just
gotta draw
enough to
man out.
like,
Yeah.
just enough to like let man know, innit?
Are you sure she's gonna let you out?
Pay
Oh,
attention
God.
to the facts. Basically, let them know.
Yeah, I
know,
think
this is how
obviously
man does
it's a testament to how strong the friendship group are,
Yes.
and as well as that, I think like we're right in to say you definitely will hold some corn, if
Yeah,
not
you
a
have
lot
to,
of corn.
100%.
You know?
100%.
I know for me
1,000,000%.
personally, I'm not really good at dishing out corn. I'm usually good at taking it, but
What an admission! What an admission!
That's it.
What a guy.
That's it. Thick skin,
Sean.
That's it. Thick skin. You know, early years you take it, you're crying, and it just regenerates. But for me,
Look sharp.
it's like there will definitely be people in the group who will be like very quick and very harsh to throw out the corn. But I will stand there and I'll be like, I respect your right to do that because it's well deserved. It's well deserved. You cannot, right? And obviously it's crucial to make sure that both your partner and your friendship group get along. But if you then think that you can just shun away your friendship group for 2, 3, 6, a year, you know,
Time waits for no man.
No one. And that's what I was about
and
to
you try and
say.
come back, I think you have to hold some corn,
Have
but
to.
that's just life.
For me, it's a balance. It's a balance. So you have to be there for your boys. It's like, for example, people say that time waits for no one, like you say, and like you have to make use of time when you've got it in it. So, for example, if you're investing all your time into your missus, or if you're a girl and you're investing all your time into your mister, you got to remember them people who were with you through sixth form or through school, like they're there. So you can't forget about them. Just because you're now in this little lovey-dovey, loved up thing, don't forget about that, because that's when it can get very techie, when you start to forget and you get engrossed. And that's why it's important just to understand, like, if you've got a good one, she's going to be there or he's going to be there. But also if you've got a good group, they're going to be there too. But you can't just put all your eggs in one
No,
basket.
but you can't assume, because as much as time waits for no man, no human waits for anyone else. In the sense that, say for example, someone just does exactly what Jay just said, shun the boys or girls for, I don't know, probably like 18 months, like a couple of years plus, whatever. Don't think that just because you're now single or like you've now managed to like miraculously find balance. That even if you do integrate,
it's not gonna happen.
that absence pays a toll on the friendship.
Yeah,
in the sense that
yeah,
a lot of things, interests, and evolutions happen within a group and within the individuals as it is, and
In weeks or months, bro. Yeah.
and the way those memories form and like rejig the path of the whole group, and you're not even a part of it. I've seen it work.
It's unbelievable.
Where it's like literal friendships where they've tried to be reignited. The stove was out of gas.
Bruv, go on.
Like there was nothing there.
British Gas weren't on. They weren't on route, bro. They weren't there.
The line was
and you're
cut.
just like, wait, hold on, like that was my brethren. That was our guy, or like that was our girl. Like that was like one of my like good ones, isn't it? And now like after you did off, like went off, did your thing, etc. You come back and you're just like, I don't know about this one, you know. Like
It's active again.
I don't know about this person anymore, because bro, that shit happens, man.
Bro, big time.
You start questioning, like, okay,
Big time.
maybe the first time, benefit of the doubt. Second time, that's when it's like,
It's a relatability.
are you going to
with
do it again kind of thing? Do you know what I mean?
And also, like, it's a relatability. Like, if you miss so many experiences, memories, there's so many things that have happened,
Yeah.
when the banter's dropped, or like when the story is said, you're just there like,
I don't know. It's like a private joke.
like you're just there
You
like,
just feel like you just
What?
feel like a
That fake
waste,
laugh.
man. You just feel like a waste, man.
you're the man who just said the voice and like, ha.
You laughing like, what's he laughing for?
You don't get it. You weren't there. You weren't there. You weren't there. But that's it. So yeah, I think balance is key. Balance is key, but consistency is way more key. Like
Yeah.
consistency on both sides is more
it
key.
up,
But
yeah.
you've got to understand, like the mandem you came up with or the mandem that you've been with, you can't forget them. And also the girl them that you've been
And
with.
they know you and you
cannot
know them
forget
at the back of your hand, you know.
Back, bro.
Better than anyone else you
I
can
think
think
that
of.
comes
yeah.
down to it as well. If you've been in a situation where that's happened to you, and the man them are still around, still doing their thing, and you're like, do you know what I mean? They ain't basically S you off. Then you got to know you got some good peoples there. So don't fucking do it again.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
trust,
Don't
trust.
fall back into the trap. Don't get lost in the pumps.
Yeah.
Because it's easily done.
Fool me
Easy
once,
But then let
shame
me
on
ask you the question. Let me ask the question to the room.
Yes.
You say, oh,
Say it does happen then, yeah? But then the caveat to the situation is you know that your mate has badmouthed you, man, or you as an individual to your girl during the
it's
course of their
gone.
relationship. Yeah? Saying, like, no, babe, I get what you're saying, but I think he's a bit of a prick as well, but like, but it's okay.
Oh,
and
no.
Then, like, and one by one,
Danger.
you're hearing these like one by one, you're hearing these like attritional kind of phrases, and bro, this is common. I've heard this. I've heard this before.
Yeah, yeah.
And then your boy afterwards, after you break up, you're like, nah, I didn't mean it. Was just keep it. Less of that. Mandem, what are we saying on it?
First of
What
all,
are we saying on it?
You got to find a leak, because if you're saying that to your girl and it's getting back out to your friends,
You're moist.
Nah, but it's one of them ones
don't
where
know
like,
who your girl's talking to for a start. But yeah,
it could be one of them ones where like the group is integrated and then
Yes.
through the Chinese whispers thing, you're like,
Yeah, it travels.
Oh,
Exactly, but
swear
that's-
you heard
travels.
like,
bruv, you clearly
said
ain't
that, you
solid
heard
with your
that.
girl. That's you got to look at the
No,
foundation
but
there.
every
and
boy,
it's-
every girl has their best mate or their inner circle, which
Yeah, I hear that.
which I don't care like even how tight you are as a relationship, yeah. There's always that one person
That you
who the
Yeah.
individual boy or girl confide
And,
to.
them, and ladies, we all
Be it their
talk.
sister,
We all
brethren, brother, etc. Like that's always, however private everything is, there's always at least one person who like you can confide with. You
Yeah.
know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Yeah. And you got to.
So what we doing then, boys?
I can't lie, I'm doing the mad thing. I can't lie, because I just think for me that's mad. That's mad. Like, and that's what I'm saying.
Well,
Like,
let's not ramp. It's not unheard of.
it's not unheard of, but
That's
that's
all.
it comes down to code of conduct, bro.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to. Essentially,
And
that's
it's a
why.
mutual baseline respect.
Exactly, and that's why for me, like, I feel like even with my thing, like, where she's integrated into a few of my groups with you, man, as well, and that's been evolved over time. But it was from the beginning where you pattern it and you say, "Yo, look, listen, this can't run, that can't run, that can't run." But also to the Mandem know, because they know you and they've got respect for you.
Exactly.
They know there's unwritten rules that can't run as well. Like, for example, like your girl getting an invite to a motive and you ain't going.
Exactly.
And she's going to, like, if the Mandem are going and she's going to invite you, or vice versa, you're like, hold on, what's going on here?
Yeah, it's a bit sticky.
Like, it's a bit sticky, and that's why you have to, like I say, pattern your thing and just make sure you hold it down, because, like I say, balance is so key here.
Yeah,
and
make
if
sure
you
the
start,
foundation's there.
if the scales start doing the mazza, it's hard to retrieve that, big time.
Yeah,
I think it's normal to vent to your partner about someone, but my definition of venting is just you only talk about that certain situation. So, for example, if somebody's was late to your let's say, for example, your football booking at Cage, and they were just like late for like half an hour, it's normal to vent to your girl. It's like, oh, Tom was late to fucking soccer league, and
That's a soccer league.
Man says soccer league.
power league.
Yank, bro.
We can tell you
Man
kick
says
ball,
soccer league. Go on, land. Let me
Yeah,
land. Go on.
clearly not. I'm not really the sporty type. But if they were late to Power League, it's normal to vent to your partner, right? If they owed you like 50 quid and they were just taking the time, it's normal to vent. But it's when you're bad mouthing that person, you know, for example, saying like, oh, brother, he's just like, he's always been like this. He's just a prick. He's just a blah, 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 you know. I think that's when you have to kind of realize and ask yourself, are you really friends with the people? And if so, then why do you have these kind of opinions, and why should you feel like you have to like bad mouth them off to
100%.
someone? You know, like I said, venting is normal, but like bad mouthing someone, that's when you have to kind of ask yourself. And
No, but where do you draw the line though, in the sense that say then you do go on that rant and you're like, okay, cool, like yeah, that happens, but then you've got a clean heart, yeah, and then you're saying, oh man, like he was late, she was late, or like, oh man, this happened, oh it's happened again, for God's sake, and then your partner takes it and says, oh, so why are you friends with them? Leave that prick. Oh, like. What's your problem? Just cut him off. This. But then you know that's your ride or die
partner's in your ear going,
from back in the day.
Nah, he's taking a piss out of you.
What we
listen.
doing?
no, that's when you have to be like, in my defense,
Yeah.
you still have to choose your friends, because they know you wait. It doesn't matter how long you've been dating someone, to an extent, obviously. But let's say, for example, if it was a 2-year relationship compared to your 7-year friendship with your friends, they know you way better than your partner would do, because your friends in that time scale have seen you your highest highs, your lowest lows. They've seen you when you've been wearing your deadest garms, when you were,
Boot cuts and that.
trust me, your deadest trim,
Cost trainers.
wearing waistcoat in sixth form. Fucking, you know, this is myself, you know, I'm just talking about myself. I've been through some pretty low lows, and like in that you guys have seen, as well as the rest of the friendship group have seen. And I feel like you lot have more of an educated opinion on what I should and shouldn't do than my partner. And that's no disrespect to anyone. You know, it's no disrespect to my partner
And
or
I think
to you lot.
coming off that, I think as well, what you just said is knowing the people that you have around you. Like from my experience personally, I would realise and I take the fact that, certain opinions of the Mandem on other people and family as well is like, if you think there's something wrong, listen to the ones that know you best and that they
100.
want the best for you all the
100.
time.
And that's what it comes
because
down
they're
to.
always right.
Yep.
And they can see when you're not yourself or you're like,
And
you're
they
not
wish well of
at
you
your
as well,
top.
innit?
So they've seen you grow, like you said, from the bottom, the lowest lows to the highest highs. So I think it's know who your close ones are. And if they give you an opinion, like one of the man them come to me and said, look, bro, you seem off. I think it comes to that level of why you're saying it rather than what they're saying.
100%.
And that is what I'll take on board to be like, okay, I wouldn't be like, I need to get rid of my girl because, man, that Jay says thing. But
Like, you do
I
what
would,
say,
I
you
would
waste, man.
appreciate the opinion.
Food for thought, though, innit? You know what I'm saying?
It would give me so much.
You wouldn't
I'd be like,
dismiss
you know
it,
what?
you'd actually
He's
think
not
about it.
saying that for no reason. But whether it's someone that I'm not overly close with,
That's when you
Then that goes to
question
thing, you
their
gotta
motivation,
question,
innit? You know what I'm saying?
but
Their
why is
intentions
he
behind
saying
it.
that
Yeah,
then?
yeah, come on.
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
And this is what I mean. You've got to look at, it's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Yeah.
So, for example, if you've got friends that are coming from a place of love and are saying to you, yo, bro, I've seen you when you're like this. When you bring someone into your life, they're supposed to make you a more exceeded and better version of yourself. They're supposed to add like an armory to you that brings out a different dimension to you. That person shouldn't be bringing man down or taking man away from the boys. A good girl or a good boy will encourage you to go and see your friends.
Exactly.
And go and see them without me. You don't need me to be there all the time. Go and see them. If they want me there, calm, I'll slide through, but I don't by default need to be there. And they are energizing you to do that.
You know, a
get
lot
me?
of the time, like for example, like from my experience and stuff I've seen, a lot of the time it stems from insecurity, whereby your partner is not comfortable with you being around your friends because they're insecure in their head, that might lead to X, Y, and Z, which could be anything. Could be that like they think that they spur you on to like do a mazzoline.
Yeah.
It could be that they think that like you're just hanging around with just like a bit leave it kind of group in their eyes, and it's mad, you know. It's mad, like.
You should want to bring your partner out and not need to bring your partner out.
Yeah.
Like you
No,
should.
and there should be that mutual understanding where
Yeah.
sometimes it's not even need to be explained.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just like, cool, that trust is there, that security is there, saying, cool,
Yeah,
he's doing
100%.
his thing, she's doing her thing, cool.
And even
Crack on,
sometimes
do what
it
you need to
comes
do.
down
Like,
to the thing of like, if you don't want to bring your girl, and it's like, nah, I want to go out with the mandem.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I want my own time with the mandem.
Yeah.
Then I think it's a bit like something you got to wonder as well. It's like, it depends, innit? Because it's like if they haven't met the mandem yet, it's completely different. Because
Yeah.
then it's like, right, you got to look and think, why don't I want them to meet the mandem? Why do I want to keep the mandem separate?
Yeah.
Because I enjoy my time with the mandem. Then that's why they're on fucking rascal business, thinking you're doing X, Y, Z. But deep down it comes to it like, yeah, but you just enjoy your time with the boys.
Exactly, that's
And
the
you don't
thing.
want to have to, like I said, if someone's shy or whatever, you don't want to have to worry about your other half and think,
Exactly,
I need to
yeah.
keep them entertained or make sure they're integrating
Facts.
with other people. And I think that comes down sometimes in relationships, they get mixed up and they think, oh, but he doesn't want me to go out with the boys. But it's just because it's like, it's that extra level of I can't enjoy myself if I got to worry about you. So if they're a shy person as well, maybe that comes down to the dynamic of
Yeah.
you can't bounce off each other correctly. Because if you got to
Yeah.
worry about your girl when they come out, is that right?
Yeah. If you got to worry about your girl, leave it, bro.
Yeah.
You gotta leave it.
100%.
Because now there's just
I know you're about to come with something now.
Everything. Man,
no, big up big up our boy, yeah. Like I know he did up the uni thing mad. And this is what I was gonna say, like relationships at uni can always be a bit techie because when the girl is known to the friend group before you wife her, that's also when it can be a bit of a mad one.
Are we talking like already in the same group?
Yes.
Or like,
yes.
okay,
yes.
Like,
yes. So everyone's in a friend group because like even me, like when I came into obviously, so we had our collective from sixth form. Like, when I came into the uni things, and I didn't know that certain people were going were going out and that.
Yeah.
So I would be out, and I remember like being out for like one event and seeing the girl and the youth there. and they were just moving on some separate thing, and I see fuckeries going on, and I'm like,
where did this come from? Like,
and they just,
Yeah, one of the head scratching moments.
I'm
Man.
like-
Feel like proper thinking.
and the,
like,
and
what's
the,
going
and the
on?
girls out there just going on, winding up this, that. Youth's nowhere to be seen, and I'm like, raw, swear
and you
down.
turn your head at the use of the Vaseline.
Yeah, but he's doing the Vaseline as
I
well.
saw nothing.
And I'm like, exactly. And I was
Try to
like,
speak up in big.
I'm
time.
like,
And that's dating within the friendship group. Right?
yes, because I feel like
I think that's a very dangerous one.
That's such
bro.
a dangerous
That's a ticking
territory.
time bomb.
So
Wait,
you were saying you would rather bring your missus into your group
yeah.
Then date
than
within the group.
start from the
Yeah,
beginning.
yeah.
Everyone
100,
knows each other.
100.
Yeah.
Thousands.
otherwise you'll see her winding at hot walk with different man. You will see it. So be careful. Be careful.
Like you were saying, it is a ticking time bomb because
Nah.
when you date within the group, you just run the risk of just like people picking sides.
and there's opinions already.
Exactly.
And
long.
let's
You know?
not forget.
And I mean,
Everyone's got a past.
that's what I'm saying.
You know?
what I'm saying.
And it
You
it
get
just
friendly sometimes.
Yeah, bro.
You're new to the group as
Bro,
well.
it's
You don't want to know about.
And then everyone starts asking questions. Oh, where did you meet her? How did you meet him? Like, what was the situation?
How long
And
have you lot known
yeah,
each other?
exactly.
Yeah.
I know this group has been going for a while, but when did this happen? How did it
Start
happen?
finding things out. Oh, it's
And then you start spinning lies like, yeah, met in the library. Yeah.
I was grabbing the last muffin I was here. And then
Hollywood settings. No
Meanwhile,
way.
you actually see her on road with some big ute. You were scared. You didn't want to say nothing to her. And you waited till she locked it with the ute. You dickhead. You know
patiently
who
waiting
you
there.
are.
Big up them.
Just waiting in line. Like,
That is playing the long game, bro.
No way.
Stuff.
Yeah, no. Dating within the friendship group, no. I'd
Yeah.
strongly advise against it because it's just,
because when they become an ex, what's happening?
oh, what are you doing? That's it. Then now your birthday's organisation is just going to be tattered.
oh, it's long. It's
Oh,
long.
is she going to be there? No. Then that means 4 other people can't go because your ex is going to be there. I've seen it
100%.
happen.
I
I've
think
seen
it depends how it ends. Though,
I was just about to
as
say
well.
that.
That's a very
was
big
about to
one.
say that.
because
True,
If you know they're in your friendship group and you know you're all friends, I think it ends a lot more light than. Do you know what I mean? You leave on friends and you leave on terms, knowing that you're going to see each other and be out and about together.
Yeah.
But I was,
If not, oh boy.
yeah, it's long. It's long. It's long. Because when
Fucking hell.
motives start happening, and then down the line, it's like, oh yeah, this person's rolling, that person's rolling. Like back in the day, it was a war zone. It was a
Yeah.
war zone when you was going to the same motive and you didn't know they were going, and you see them there doing the Mazeline, and you're
And that
there
puts a
like
whole different energy amongst the friendship groups
Oh,
as well,
different.
But
innit?
that's a whole different one.
different.
That's not even just having to see them again. That's actually seeing them maybe cracking on with somebody
Yeah.
else.
Oh, and doing the
even,
mad,
even
doing the
somebody
mad
else
thing.
from your friendship.
Yeah.
Could you
yeah.
imagine?
Yeah, no, that's all long.
It
Wow.
makes me square
There's a lot of
thinking
food for
about
thought
it.
there.
Could you imagine?
Too much.
I
Nah,
could
it's,
never.
nah, on site.
could never.
Nah, it's on
I
site.
could never.
Nah, it's on site.
Heads are getting rocked.
Nah, it's on site. It's on site. There's no way. Who, me?
Are dying from
Me?
that.
Nah, impossible. Nope. We linking tomorrow.
There's
Never.
no
Are we at the
way.
same dance? And you
let's-
did this? Nah, leave
So,
out, bro.
so what I want to know, yeah, if you're in a friendship group, whatever, let's not say that one of your friends or your close brethren has actually been going out with for a long time and they break up and it's like a proper ex. Because for me, anyway, that's a no-go situation. But let's say you're in a big group. You might start getting along with someone, you might like them, but you know one of your brethren has whacked it before.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus, Lord Christ of his mercy. Save our soul.
What are the man then think? Is that a go zone? Are you thinking, rah, but I get along with them really well though. Like,
You
there
see that
could be a
one,
little
yeah.
something
Yeah.
there.
No one's you got to
What's one's opinion?
I'm leaving the country, bro.
Yeah, do you know what it is?
I'm out. If that was me, that'd never
Do
be
you know
me.
what it is, yeah?
I'm out. Nah, it's long.
An ex is a reflection upon you.
Facts.
Even though you're broken up with her, yeah, people will still be like, oh, that's that man's ex. That's that girl's ex. So forever what you're doing, yeah, that's always gonna be a reflection on you.
Yeah, so what I'm
And
saying
if,
is,
and if yeah,
just-
your
just
name is
like a
being
one-time
dragged in
thing or
it,
something.
nah,
Nah,
bro.
never.
If my name is being pulled alongside, oh,
but that's completely anything.
You know-
That's like you've still done the thing, innit?
you know so-and-so's
For me-
ex is, you know so-and-so's ex is seeing that person now.
Nah,
Bro,
don't want it.
that's always gonna come up.
Nah,
if you know
I
what I
don't
mean,
want it. I don't want it.
like
I
you're
don't
always gonna be your name is always gonna be dragged in the dirt.
It's like a too close for comfort thing,
Bruh.
innit?
And the chance of it going wrong because of so many external influences here, and there are eyes everywhere, peeled, looking at you like this. They are, and one little fuck up, bro, like waste of time, waste of time. Like
I think for
it's
me,
all a bit long.
friend groups, like I think, like you said, Tom, like you alluded to, if it ends amicably and if it is done in a right way, and there was nothing like,
No,
for
but when there's
example,
feelings involved all the time, it's 9 times out of 10. It might be done amicably, yeah, but inside that feeling's still there. because,
Oh
bro,
no, no, you're burning, you're burning.
You see
but,
them, bruv, your heart drops.
but no. But that's what I'm saying. Like you leave it, and you have to leave it. You have to take a step back, and you have to
For at
give.
least let time heal it for a little
let
bit,
time, because
yeah.
time does heal. You get me? You can't just like amicably break up and then be talking here and there on some friendship thing. Like, oh yeah, how was your day?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
you
what was
coming
work
to,
saying?
fucking
Oh, I saw you
nightclub
here.
next week?
Yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
No, you can't
Come
do
to the
that.
pub.
You
Nah,
can't do that. On both sides, you leave it. You let it simmer, and then you go from there. So then, if you do bump into each other, and if it's left in a decent enough way, then it's blessed and it's calm. And and like we're big people. You know what I'm saying? We're big people, so people over time will get over it. They need to heal, and then they move on. And if it's left in a good way, from a friendship group perspective as well, like you can't be mad at your girl or your man if they still talk to certain people that you are both friends with.
100%.
You can't be mad at
100%.
it because at the end of the day, they've got their own individual relationships with them. You get me? But as long as you've patterned the thing between yourself properly, then it's not awkward. It's not awkward. You can just do your thing and they can do their thing. But someone will always kind of subconsciously like diverge away.
100%.
Do you know what I mean? But
I hear that. So obviously we've all agreed when it's a group one, it's a sticky situation.
Yeah.
nah,
You're always
bruv,
gonna
leave
have-
me alone.
Rather
This
than
is gonna have her friends. You're gonna have a friend. You're always gonna bump into each other again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't shout me.
You said there. What I want to ask you is, you said even after the relationship, people are still gonna be friends.
Yes.
What is your opinion on when you leave a relationship? Let's say you didn't really integrate your girl, and she wasn't really close part of the friendship group, but she had maybe 1 or 2 friends. You know what I mean? But she wasn't part of your group, and at the end of they're like it's still your group. How are you feeling if she still speaks to, say, your mates' girls? What do you know what I mean? And
No,
she's
I hear
still
you
trying to
still.
kind of be in your circle. How are you, man, taking to that?
Do you know what it is? I don't think it's that deep.
Yeah, I'll take it on
if
the
she's
chin.
if she's still speaking
I'll
like
take it on
that,
the
yeah,
chin.
it's just like a little because like obviously like say you and your girl are spending time with just like your friends and whatever. Obviously, like a different kind of friendship and bond is created between those two people.
Yeah.
Like if they
Yeah,
get on to do whatever,
facts.
so like there's a fine line about with being a bastard, you know, like in the sense that sometimes just crack on and do whatever you need to do, but then sometimes it's like don't let it concern you, and so like cool, be concerned if then your mates are coming telling you, nah, so and so still chatting shit on your name. Oh,
Yes.
this.
Yeah,
Oh,
That's the
like,
difference.
what's this about? What's that about? But if it's just like, yeah, how's it going? This, and you wanna grab like a young food after work, or do you wanna have like a little link up? Oh, like this, that, and the other. Like, bro, like it's calm, innit? Crack on, but don't be cracking on and no one else in the group.
So to wrap up, then let's talk about how we can try and at least cause some sort of cohesion between the two groups. Like how can we make sure that both our partners and our friends can get along?
Pattern it early.
Pattern early.
And be honest from the jump and take your time. Don't force and feel under pressure in terms of trying to integrate your girl with the mandem or trying to integrate your man with your girl. Like, do it on safe and decent terms, and don't feel as though your partner has to be a part of all your friend groups by default. Just because they're your partner, it doesn't mean that they need to be friends with all your friends.
And don't make your drama the group's drama.
Yeah.
100%.
Once that
Because-
starts happening,
Like we said, I love that point there. Don't need to make everybody, because at the end of the day, if things do go wrong, you don't want your ex to be friends sometimes with all of your friends,
Exactly.
and then have to see her
Exactly.
everywhere you go.
exactly.
But also, adding to that, I think what you said is finding that balance. And what I would also say is, if you know like your girl is shy, like we were saying before, don't bring her in then to like one fat motive.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Do it
Groups,
sensibly.
Exactly, yeah.
Let her meet a couple, man. Maybe go on a double date with somebody else or whatever.
Yeah.
Introduce them slowly, and then she's got familiarity
Yeah.
when you're going out. So it's not like boom, thing where people can make an opinion.
Trust.
And also, I think honesty is very important.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
as much as I'm just saying honesty, like in terms of like listening and taking on good advice, yeah, but actually acting on good advice. So if it's a situation, yeah, where you're infatuated, you're like, yeah, this one, good one.
Because
or
it's the
this,
novelty
or
thing,
this,
man.
all of that, yeah, and like you really feel like feeling the situation kind of thing, and then your boys are telling you, I don't know, like truthfully, like I heard a little bit of something. Like I'd be wary of this, wary of that. It's very easy just to ignore it and to shun the advice that you're given. But also at the same time, it takes bollocks for you to say, you know what,
I hear that.
maybe they're right.
Yeah, I hear
and
that.
actually assess the situation. And one of my brothers, like, he had a bad situation, and after that, yeah, he bounced back strong, innit?
Big
So
time.
like with his current girl now, yeah, like people were like, yeah, no, that's a good one. This. Initially, and then they met for a second time, and she was a bit, and then there was one more time where it was a bit like, like a bit,
Code of conduct.
a bit whatever. So then, like over time, like
Crossing boundaries.
over like two, not boundaries in that respect, but like boundaries in the sense that like people were a bit alert as to like,
Why is she acting like
that's
this?
that's quite a few red flags kind of thing, yeah. And bro, kudos to him, yeah. He bit the bullet and I was like, nah, I'm dropping that one.
Big
I'm
up
dropping
him.
that one.
Big up him, though.
And you know what's mad?
For real.
Like we said on the first one, the best things comes to those men who wait.
Wait.
Man and women kind of thing.
Patience.
So obviously, like, bro, like, initially he was sad. Like, after the first 2-3 weeks after he broke up with her, not 2-3 weeks, 2-3 days, I'd say, he was like, yeah, but that was a short thing. Like, that was a solid one. But then he was like, afterwards, yeah, now, like I spoke to him the other day that before I told the story that he was like, bro, like, it's, at the time it was a bit mad, but, bro, you have to have the cojones to make that step and actually listen to your brethren, because it's all well and good people telling you, this is, I think this, I think that, I think this. But for you to sit down and to think about it and take the action, that's the most important thing in this whole like X and like integrating your girl into the group situation. I think how you conduct yourself and handle the criticism, the praise, the advice, that's important, because if it goes on deaf ears, everyone might as well just have just shut up in the first place. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, it's a bit of a waste. You know what I'm saying?
It's true.
I think the one final thing I'd say, just to kind of put to just kind of nail the point there, is to always, first of all, always ask yourself, who do you want to be, right? Like, what kind of person do you want to be?
Fact.
And then look at your company, because they always do say
You are the company you keep.
you are the company you keep, and that essentially just means, look, if you have a friendship group where everyone's a hard worker, you will be a hard worker. If you have a friendship group where, you know, people are deviant or they're lazy or, you know, they're just not nice people to be around, you will inevitably.
We all looked at you, bro. We all looked at you. Just take it on the chin, bro. We all looked at you.
But
It's not that.
you know, you are the company you keep. And similarly as well, who you choose to spend your time with, you know, like your partner, they will inevitably be an influence on you.
Yeah.
That doesn't necessarily mean allow them to change you,
Yes.
but it means take both situations and say, look, if my friends are good for me, I want to stay with them. And if she's good for me, I also want to stay with her or him too. And, you know, like you said, try and find that balance between the two. Don't try and like run away from the situation or try and, you know, bury your head in the sand or try and fake everything and say, no, it's all good, because it will come and bite you in the arse inevitably. So I think, you know, find a balance and also just try and be, like you were saying earlier, try and be honest in all these situations as well.
And make yourself accessible as well.
100%.
I think the key thing is not to lose sight of the fact that, yes, you are in a relationship, whether it's long-term, short-term, there'll be that novelty period. But as long as you set the precedent from the go and you do things the right way, everything will work itself out. Because you have to go through things to grow through things. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's important to remember that and understand, you know, your boys will respect the fact that you're with your girl, but they will also, your girl should respect the fact that you're with your boys, and vice versa for women. So as long as, you know, when you're going through what you're going through with your relationships, with your friendships, as long as there's solid foundations there, it will thrive. So there'll not need to be any girl versus the Mandem or Mandem versus the girl or girl versus the man.
And I think it comes down to, like you said before, about insecurities and things like that, because And there's a few man that will go out and they think, I don't want to bring my girl because the man there might say something that I've been doing.
Yeah, catch me.
Or like,
Oh, Lord.
the other side of it, the girl might say, no, I don't want to come out with my friends because
Yeah.
my girls might be saying little
Yeah,
things.
yeah,
So you're a bit stuck in the middle. Drop that shit.
Yeah.
Drop that shit and move
You know
on.
what Claude said? It's time to go.
To go.
R.I.P. to real one this week.
Yeah, man.
R.I.P. to him.
Big time, big time. But listen, it don't need to be the girl versus the man them or the man versus the girl them. Just pattern your thing properly. Do what you need to do. And remember, honesty is usually the best policy. But but ensure you hold it down on both sides. Whether you're whether you're a girl, you know, don't let it slip and don't get trapped in, you know, being consumed by your girl or forgetting about your boy, whatever.
Or even being consumed by the situation.
Yes.
So just be real to the situation and be alert to the information that's being given around you, and just think of it as every day. Don't let this shit affect me in that way, and have a way that it's a thing where it becomes normal, or the way where you take in the knowledge, the way you act on the advice, the way you crack on with the situation at hand and the relationship at hand, and just see how it goes, innit?
Don't be a pussy, basically.
Trust me. And also make sure you don't meet your girl in mad circumstances. and your youth as well. If you're a girl, make sure you don't meet them in mad circumstances, because then it's peak.
That's a topic for another day.
Yeah, trust.
What we always say, do better.
Mandem, it's been a pleasure.
Always.
Pleasure
It's
again,
been a
boys.
pleasure.
Good to be back.
But until next time.
Always. Love and blessings.
Blessings.
Come on.
Thank you again for watching the LJC this week. This is Bilz here. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Over and out. Next week we go.